Okay, it says that it's being recorded and live streamed.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay. Let me just close some tabs. Okay, yeah. Hi, everybody, and just finishing up some setup on the back end. We're going to be starting in a sec. Hope everybody's having a great day so far, whatever time of day you are in. Did you have a good lunch, Maria?
I actually was about to eat lunch, which is my Greek yogurt and some rice cakes, and then I got a client call, so I didn't get to eat lunch. That's
Oh,
okay. I'll
no.
eat after.
Okay. All right. I have my coffee beside me, so I'm gonna
Nice.
sip while we're having our session for the day. But anyway, okay, so just doing some introduction and preliminaries once again to our clients who are joining us live right now. Thank you so much once again for being with us for another Hotline Support Hour. And I would also like to say hello to our future viewers. Those who will be catching the recording once we publish it in our YouTube channel. Okay, so once again, as always, just reminders, feel free to ask any questions. Okay, you can use all the comment section here in the community later when you watch the replays or even in YouTube. Okay, so with that, let's jump right away to the topic that we have prepared for today. And that will be about review system or review management. Okay, so what we have noticed is that a lot of businesses don't actually have a review process in place. It's not something that is intentional, but the thing is, it's just never set up for a lot of businesses. For example, this usually happens, right? When a customer has a great experience, no one asks for a review for a couple of reasons. Probably the business owner is feeling awkward to chase or shy to ask for reviews, or there's not a system basically that is in place to collect reviews. So therefore nothing gets published. What happens? You don't have reviews in your Google business profile, you don't have something to publish in your website. Excuse me. Something is all right, there we go. And even in your social media or whatever platform is important for you. And that creates a gap over time. You know, you're doing great work in your business, but it's not showing up where it matters. And speaking of where it matters, why does this actually matter? Uh, and it's because of the following reasons. You know, reviews are not just nice to have anymore because they directly impact number one, trust with new customers. I'm sure you have probably done this. You know, you even before you purchase or even before you made business with a brand, you look them up, you know, you search in Google and you chose those businesses that have good reviews. And if they have bad reviews, sometimes even lower than 4 stars in Google, you probably won't you choose them. Okay, so that directly impacts when somebody, whether somebody chooses the business over a competitor or even online visibility. Because without consistent reviews, the Google business profile looks inactive and competitors stand out, even though sometimes they're not even better than you. So, setting up a review system gives bigger opportunity. Aside from what I just mentioned, reviews don't just build trust, but they actually impact traffic and clicks. Now, in the technicalities of SEO, how so? Because actually, more reviews gives you better visibility on Google. It can also affect your local rankings. And there's also statistics that shows that it affects clicks and inquiries. This is basically because Google favors businesses that have more reviews because Google is thinking, oh, this business is active because this business is getting reviews consistently, responding to reviews. So this is what I'll be showing up more in local searches or in search results. So aside from it being a reputation management, having consistent reviews actually is also a lead generation. So, in terms of that, did you know that one way to set up your review system is by automating it? Instead of you trying to remember or somebody in your team trying to remember or asking occasionally, it's better if a system handles it for you every time. So the question there is, when is the best time to ask for a review? The basic idea is during key moments in your business. So you can define that for yourself, but basically that can be, for example, right after a service is completed, and of course when the experience is still fresh. There's also some optional step that you can do. For example, is send a reminder if they don't respond. And these are things that Maria will be showing later. Okay, how to set up something, those infrastructure that you can do. But before that, let's also add another layer to this. So the negative reviews. How about that? The thing is, not every review that you will get will be positive. That's just the reality of life. That's normal. But what matters is how you respond to those negative reviews. So the principles there should be, once a negative review comes in, you should be able to respond quickly, and in your response, acknowledge the concern and offer a solution or offer to fix it. And most likely, there will be a better relationship, or it could also lead to the person updating their review if it's a negative one. Okay. But then again, it only happens if you have a system set in place when it comes to how you are going to respond, how people are able to leave reviews for your business. So now, Maria will be showing that to you, and later on, let's gonna talk about more of the benefits of doing this. So now, Maria, I'm passing it on to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Diana, for talking about our review request. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Alrighty. Okay, so just to make sure all of our clients are aware, whenever you sign up with us for Growth 360, you do get that reputation area courtesy of our partners, Review Llama. And during the beginning setup of, like your first setup call and all that, we will be asking you to provide either DNS access or access to the person who handles the DNS, and we'll set up a review link. One of the things that we set up is a review link, and it's usually feedback.domain.com. Alrighty, and this is necessary so that we can set up what we call your review page. And then just to kind of back up a little bit, let me show you here. When you log into your Growth 360 account, you go down on this page on the left-hand side menu, and you see reputation. That is where we are going to be today. Okay, so whenever we set up your review funnel everything before you just kind of like uh, either add a tag and then send out automatic, like review requests for your clients, you have to just set this all up, and we can help you do that. So if you have any questions on how to do that, like if you need help setting it up and you're like, I'm completely lost, reach out to us. We're happy to help you. So you click on settings. We're going to go ahead and show you kind of like everything that comes with the Review Llama reputation area. In your overview is going to be some stats that you have. Requests are going to be just like the type of requests that you've sent out. So as you can see, we have a lot of here that have been sent out. And we have your review stream. And this is where you can view all of your reviews. So if you have any reviews that are like pending or anything, like just every review for the uh, platforms that you integrate. Okay, so it's not just gonna magically appear. We do have to integrate it. Video testimonials is new, so I'm gonna cross over that. But widgets is really cool. You can put a widget on your website that shows all of your reviews, and as they go updating, as your clients add more, it automatically adds them to there, and you can create some really cool stuff. Listing, this is for more other items that are a little bit like I think it's like a paid version if I'm not mistaken. But let's talk about settings. This is where you come to set up. After we've set up your link, your feedback.domain, you want to come to settings. And we're going to go and set all of these items up. So your first item is going to be the reviews AI. And what is the reviews AI? So basically, whenever you get review, whether it's positive or negative, we want you to respond, right? You want to respond to your client, either saying thank you, I'm glad you had that experience, or hey, I'm so sorry, give us a call, or we're gonna make it right, whatever. The reviews AI helps you respond in the best way possible. So you can either have it off, you can have suggestive, where you'll get a new review and it'll tell you, hey, this is what you can reply, and then you can change it up, or you can just send it out, or you can have auto responses where the AI literally just responds without, without any permission. It just kind of automatically does it. Okay. And you can view like a lot of the agents that you have here. This is all AI stuff that we can go through later. But basically, this is what you pick. Your review link item is going to be that URL. You can have it be your Google what's it called? Your Google only. Sorry, your Google
Google
listing only.
business profile.
Yeah, business only. You can have it be your Facebook only, or you can have it be this really cool link. And the reason why we always set up this link is because, you don't have to pick one. You can have them all. So let me show you the link really quick. And this is what that link would look like. And you know what? Like, we're gonna go through this really quick. Where am I? Right here. Okay, perfect. And just to kind of get a little bit ahead and show you the reviews QR, you can make a QR code that you can put either like on your as a paper on your office, or you can put it on your business cards. I had somebody come in to fix my washing machine a few months back, and at the end he showed me his card and it had a little QR code that led me to their Yelp profile so that I could leave a review. But it only led me to that Yelp profile. That's it. With this QR code, you can set it up to go straight to the URL printed on your business cards, and then the client has different options. And what do I mean by different options? Is when they're happy, they have the option to leave a review on Facebook, Google, Yelp. You can have set up for anything, like literally anything, and then they have those options. Obviously, you don't want to like overwhelm the client, okay? So that's what's really cool about Review Llama, that it lets you create that and it lets you
If
track
I
it
may just
all.
add, Maria,
Go ahead.
before you continue, if I may just add, because you're talking about the QR codes and QR code and also about Review Llama. With Review Llama, we also have that. I don't think we have right now the NFC.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, you cut off a little bit. Let me see if we are still. It looks like you froze. Let me see what's going on here really quick. Okay, okay, we're still going,
uh,
but Diana, are you
s-
there?
did I lag?
Yeah, you froze for a little bit there.
Okay. No, I was talking about, sorry about that. Yeah, I saw it. Your internet is unstable, but I'm okay now. I was just talking about, because Maria were talking about Review Llama and also the QR code. And there's another perk to Review Llama, which is the NFC card itself. Right, like a little credit card with your brand and then with your QR code that you can just simply hold in the same way that Maria was talking about that service. If it's a service based business, you can just show it that little NFC card, and that can be branded, with the name of your brand, for using the Review Llama system. But that's just an
Yes.
additional layer to this one.
Yeah, so we can get into this way deeper, but we just want to show you the basics. We don't want to overwhelm you, but yes, if you have any questions on that, we can totally help you out. Um, like and this is so good for service-based companies, because you're going into people's houses and sometimes you don't get like their emails, you don't get their phone number, so you can just show them the QR code. Alrighty. And I was just gonna say, yes, you can pay for a QR service, but you're not gonna have all the information here. With Review Llama, what's really cool, or I'm sorry, with Growth 360 and the Review Llama, what's really cool is that you have it all in one platform. And that's kind of what we've been talking about all along, right? Growth 360, it's all in one. You can view it all in one place without having to go everywhere. Alrighty, so we set up our review link, right, to go to this really nice page that we can help you set up with your branding and all that. Now we want to set up the SMS request. So before we start sending text messages, before we start sending emails, we want to make sure that we have our messaging down. Okay, so it'll come with a standard message, like it's just very standard, and you can create it your own or you can switch it up. But this review reputation review link, that's going to be the link or the feedback.domain.com. So you don't want to change it. And then later on, we'll do a little demo and I'll show you what that looks like on a text message. Okay. And so you can create your own, and then you can also set it up to repeat. The repeat is like, say they don't reply and they don't click on it, and like you want to make sure that they remember, hey, like go ahead and review us. It'll give you like a maximum of 5 tries and then the minimum of 3 days. That way you're not texting them every single day. You can do custom, but again, the minimum is going to be 3 days. And you can do the same thing with the emails. So you want to set up a few emails. So I came here and set up the first repeat email, our second email, and you can have it send that up to as many tries as you want. Okay. You can also do that with WhatsApp if you have a WhatsApp connection. And then we have other integrations that you can add. So if you have an Amazon and you want to have them to, leave reviews, and Airbnb, we have a bunch of different integrations and always adding. And what this does is that it adds your reviews from that specific platform into the endless stream of reviews. And remember, this is the reviews that if you set up a widget and you put it in your like on your website, it'll automatically feed through. Okay. And just to kind of give you an idea of what the reviews does, you can also add a review manually. So if you do have like an older person who's not very or somebody who's not very technical, they gave you like an email review, you can add it here and it'll show up on your stream. It will not show up on your Google. It will not show up on your Facebook. It will show up on the stream on your website. Okay. But you can add manually, and that's pretty cool. I really like that. Okay, so now that you've set it up, what's our next step? We're gonna set up an automation, but I want to show you really quick how you send a request through here. If you want to come through here, you click on right reputation, and right here where it says send review requests, or right here it says send review request, and you send it. And you can you'll pick your contact. You do have to have the contact in, which assuming you're handling your clients, you already have the contact in here. And then you can pick either let's go ahead and do my email. Okay. And assuming that you have that information, email and phone number, you can send them an email or an SMS, or you can send them both. And then you want to pick the default setting, the default, your template basically. And then you can click on send review requests and you'll be able to, it'll send it out, and then you will be able to see it right here. Let me just kind of show you how that works. And okay, so as you can see right now, it's 120 over here, and that has been sent. Okay, and it'll give you it's sent to the office number and to my office email. But as you can see, it'll tell you that it's been sent. And just like a little thing I do want to share is that if your user is using Google, as you can see right here, it says open. Usually it shows you if it's been open, if the email has been open, if they've looked at it. But if the person that you're emailing has like a Gmail email, because of security reasons, it might not show that. So if it says sent, don't panic. It doesn't mean that they haven't received it. It just means that Google is not sharing that information. Alrighty. And let's see. Okay, so that email should be coming in here shortly. I did get the text message right here. But anyway, so I just sent the text messages, so it did come through on my phone. It says here, let me just read it out. It says, "Hey, test," because it has me doing this test. And it just tells me to review them. And when I click on that, it takes me to that little thing. But I'm going to show you another way to do it, and then we're going to test it with an email. All right. Okay, so now that we have this all set up, it's we have our templates ready, we have everything ready. We want to go ahead and create a workflow, and we're going to create that by going to the workflows. All right, and then you can set anything as your trigger. Okay, so you either make it a contact tag that you create, tag added, and we're going to do job complete, add new tag, and that's going to be our trigger. And just so you know, it does say that this trigger is only going to be applicable to anything moving forward. So nothing that you've already done, that you've already tagged. Another trigger that could be is that if you move them through your funnel, like your opportunity funnel. Okay, so we're going to do opportunity status changed. Okay, you're going to pick your pipeline. Let's see, we'll do main leads pipeline, and then we're going to do our pipeline stage, and we're going to do closed, sold closed. Okay, so opportunities required. Oh, status filter, status moved to status. Yeah, so it should be open, I think. Okay, so that's kind of weird, but anyway, so you can do it in two different ways. So you're done with the job, and so you come here, you go to contacts, you look up the name of the person that you are trying to send the request to, and you add a tag. So let me go ahead and look up my email. All right. So what you can do is you can come inside here and add a tag. So you would add, I'm not going to add it because I'm going to show you how it works. Job complete. Or if you have your salespeople who are moving things inside the pipelines, you can move them through the pipelines. And once it comes in, once they move it from like one stage to closed, right? Once they move it to closed or one or whatever you guys have set up, then it'll automatically send a review. But of course, we have nothing here, so it's not going to send anything. So our trigger is here first, and then we're going to go to send review requests, just as easy as that. And the review type is going to be an email, and then no override. We're not going to override that, okay? That just means it's going to stay with that link, the feedback dot domain.com. Save action. We want to publish it. Don't forget to publish it, and then save. And that's it. Like that is a simple, super simple review request workflow. And what's going to happen is that we are going to take our cues from the setup that we had already here in the settings. Okay, so if you set it up to send out 3 times, whatever, remind your client to try, to review you 2 times, then it's going to do that. So you don't have to create anything else. It's just as simple as this. So now we're going to go ahead and add a tag to we're going to show you how this works. Okay, so let's go to contacts, and let's go to my name, and I'm going to go ahead and add this tag. Job complete. Okay, so I created this tag and I'm adding it on there, and now it has it on there. It automatically saves. And let's see if that got us anywhere. Yeah, so as you can see, I added that tag and it enrolled me on this. And we can see the execution logs, what they look like. So it added me to the workflow because I added that job complete tag. It sent a review request and it removed me from the workflow. Now let's go and look at the email. So this is the email. This is what the email looks like. Okay, so this is kind of just like a standard that I have to show you, but it sent me out that email and it says, hey, do you have a moment to review us? So we go and click on the review. And it's going to take us to that feedback.domain that I showed you earlier. And now this is where your clients have the freedom to do something to choose whether they were really happy. So if you have clients that are unhappy, we usually do like the last 3. they'll click and it goes to a form. And what that form does is it encourages your clients to criticize you in private. So obviously that's not going to stop people from going to your like uh, the, to your Google business profile or to your Facebook. It's not going to stop them. But if you catch it early enough, it could possibly give you the chance to, save yourself from getting a bad review. So, and then if you pick any of these two, and we can set it up however you want. If you just want it to be extremely happy, it takes them to that page where it encourages the client to leave you a review. And again, this is not going to guarantee you a review just because they come here and like because they click it. This is going to encourage them to leave a review, and they need to have an account related to the platform. So no, they can't leave a Google review without a Google email. They have to log into Google, otherwise it's not going to allow them to leave that review. Alrighty. And let's see. So that's what's really cool because you are encouraging them to, again, like praise you in public and criticize you in private. And that gives you the chance to fix the problem. And if you send that email fast enough, if you're like pretty quick about it, then you can catch them before they go and do their own research. And again, of course, a very angry client is probably going to go and leave you a bad review because that's just what people do. They like to, feel that they've been hurt. And if they had a bad experience, they're going to go and do that. But this is kind of how the system works, and it can send out an email. And you can also just send out the link to your client. So if you don't want to, if you have like a super quick interaction and you're not near like your Review Llama, or sorry, your Growth Genie 360 platform, which of course there should be no excuse because you can also do it inside of Lead Connector. Then you can just send them the link. But this is a way to automate it super quickly. That way your clients don't have your workers, excuse me, don't have to do anything. Like literally it's like they sold the item, they finished the job, they move it, they add a tag, and then the system gets, does the rest once it's set up. And before I end the demo, I do want to point out that there are some common mistakes that we want you to avoid. And that is, and I'm going to share 5. Number 1 is not asking for reviews consistently. You always want to ask for reviews. You don't want to ask for reviews or send out the requests for people who will say, only to people who say they will send you a review. So unfortunately, I've had people who are like, oh, this person said that they would send me a review. Let's send it to them. You want to send it out to everybody to encourage people to send you a review, even if they haven't said specifically, oh, this was great, can I review you? Number 2, asking too late. Send it right after you're done with the job, maybe like an hour or two, maybe the next day. Don't wait 2 weeks. Don't wait days, like other than one, more than one day to send it. They're going to forget about you. They're going to be more discouraged to leave you a review. Number 3, making it hard to leave a review. Like this is nice at 3 buttons, but if you have a ton of buttons in here, that might be a little bit overwhelming. If you're trying to send them to review you on, I don't know, the BBB, they might not, a lot of people probably don't have logins for that, so it's going to make it difficult. Don't make it too hard for them to leave a review. And number 4 is ignoring negative reviews. I know negative reviews suck. You work so hard for your business. Sometimes, unfortunately, like the clients and us as business owners, we don't mesh very well. So there are bad experiences. Don't ignore them. Address them, even if they're in public. Talk to the client if they're willing and see if you can fix it somehow. Personally, whenever I've had a bad experience, I'm not one to leave bad reviews, but if I did, I would love for the business to reach out to me. And number 5, only relying on manual requests. So manual requests is gonna make it like harder for you to remember to send that out. So you don't want to be, you're busy. It's gonna be hard for you to remember. Setting up an automated system is gonna make it way easier. Okay, your best practice is to automate the process so that you send out a review request every single time. Like just as a reminder, this helps you by building trust with your customers and increasing your visibility on Google. Like Diana said earlier, you can get more consistent feedback because who doesn't love feedback, right? And you can improve your reputation over time. So if you have terrible reviews or if you have 0 reviews, start now sending these to your clients after your job is done, and you can start building your reputation. And you can turn your happy clients into marketing, free marketing for you because they'll, like Diana mentioned earlier, it'll like Google will pick it up and it'll work great with your marketing. And that's all I have today. Any questions?
Thank you, Maria. I would just like to add when this is actually set up and you start receiving reviews, you will be notified. Yeah, we do get notified because we have, for example, we have this client who has already set up a system and are consistently getting reviews. And when they set this up, I think they're over 500 reviews now.
Yeah.
uh yeah, they started from zero, but when setting up something, they're in around 100. Yeah, I'm not, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, as we are receiving kind of like a notification. So the good thing about that is you are notified every time you receive a review, and that also gives you an opportunity to respond right away, especially if it is a negative review. So Maria has shown you earlier the AI response review. So if you come to a point that you receive 10, 20 reviews every day, then having the AI setup will be a very much great help, because you don't want to also kind of like, business owners are very busy people, and you don't want to be spending your time every day just responding to all those reviews. So yeah, that's a very good one. Thank you so much, Maria. And wouldn't it be great for you to also have something set up that just runs in the background, so you don't have to think about it, you don't have to remember when. And when it comes to asking for reviews, I think it's also a mindset shift. It's okay, to ask for reviews, and you should actually be asking for reviews. Not only review, Maria, I like Maria used the word earlier, the word feedback, because we have to keep, asking our customer feedback, and it's always, so that we can continue to improve our services. We will hear what they liked, what they, for example, if you're a restaurant, it could be an opportunity for you to learn which of your menu is their favorite. Or you can also see how your service goes, if you are doing well in the service area of the of your business, or if you have sometimes they also mention employees. So it's good to ask these kinds of things to your customers. All right, so do you have any final words, Maria?
Uh, I just like how you mentioned that client. They have a what is it like a what is it called? Like a timed.
uh it's like a mystery room.
Yeah, I like those mystery rooms that you have to solve puzzles. I can't remember the name for some reason, but they printed out their QR code and they have it in the front so that everybody when they come out they are able to review their experience, and they seriously get so many, and it's that easy. You print out that QR code that you set up with the choices like, hey, do you want to leave us a review on Google, on Facebook, or wherever it is that you have, you have your listing, and it's that easy. Like you set it up once and then you just kind of go with it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just, right after, because people will, oh, that's such a good kind of experience for them. And right after they go out, they are asked to leave a review, and it's not awkward, So it's really a good example. And we were happy for seeing that success with them. All right. So as we wrap up, just a quick note, and this is going to be for replay viewers. If you're watching the recording sometime after today and notice that what you're seeing on your screen looks a little different from what was shown, that's completely normal, because GrowGenie 360 is an ever evolving platform, and the system continues to improve and update features, layouts, and functionality to better support businesses. So, for example, Maria was talking about the video testimonials earlier. It's a new feature. That's why we haven't covered it yet. But yeah, that's now available for the clients, because sometimes it's also effective, to just ask people to leave us video testimonials, and that's already live in the system. So while the exact buttons or options or features may shift, may change, the core strategies and systems we covered here will still apply. I'm just taking a moment to look at our page right now, or our community right now, just in case there's any question coming in, but I'm not seeing any. But we encourage you guys, if you have any question as you watch the replay, don't be shy. Our team will respond to those questions. Okay, so that would be all. This one is a quick session, but it's yeah. Yeah,
That's an
we
easy one.
this one, yeah, this is an easy one. So if you need help setting up if something, if this is not yet available for you, do reach out and we'll be happy to we'll be happy to set this up for you. Okay.
Yep.
So thank you so much everybody, and we're going to be ending our live stream here. Just finding the
Okay.
button.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.